Continuing on with Math for Trades, we are in lesson number 8, and we are ready to start exercise 1, and we'll do exercise 2 and 3 in this video. So we go down about half the way, and we've got an insurance rate increase. So Trevor is a driver for a car service. He uses his own car, pays for gas and car insurance. He received a letter from Saturn Auto Insurance telling him there will be a 6% increase for all customers. He pays $950 a year. How much will his insurance increase? Well, his insurance is going to increase 6%. 6% of what? Let me get a pen out here instead of my highlighter. 6% of what he pays now, $950. And remember, of means multiply. And we have to change this to a decimal. Move the decimal over twice, and that will tell us how much his insurance is going to increase. Okay, let's look at number 2. And let's see, erase all this. All right, number 2 says, American Clothing's thinking about moving its factory to another location. They're not sure what kind of an effect it's going to have on employees, and they did a survey to find out how employees get to work. So the results are found in this pie chart, and there are 140 employees. So 5% walk to work, so they give just kind of a little colored thing that represents 5%. Some get a ride, some take a train, some drive, some take a bus. The biggest portion takes a bus. All right, so the question is, how many employees take the bus to work? Well, 35% take the bus to work. 35% of what? 35% of the total number of employees. And remember, to change 35% to a decimal, you just move the decimal over to the left 2 and have 0.35. How many employees drive to work? 25% of 140. So remember, when you're doing these and you're taking a percent of, it's always a percent of the total number. So 140 employees were surveyed, so that's going to be the second number. How many employees get a ride? 15%, same kind of thing there. So that is exercise 2. Let's jump over to exercise 3 on the next page. All right. How many employees walk? How many take the train? Okay, we're going to jump to exercise number 3 here. Right there. Gus owns Downtown Dogs, a lunch cart that sells hot dogs, chips, and drinks. The cost of all of his food and supplies has increased. He decides to increase the prices of his menu by 10%. Then he rounds the new prices so they are easier to work with. So notice what he did here on the bag of chips. He charges 90 cents. He increased the price 10%. That's the new price, but who wants to charge 99 cents? So he just charges $1, so he doesn't have to worry about change. So what did he do to go from this price to this price? He took 90 cents and made a 10% increase. So again, 10% of 0.90. So again, you're going to switch this to a decimal, take the percent off, and this is going to be 0.09. So that is the increase. So then he has to add that increase to his 90 cents. And that's what you'll do for all of these here. And as you go through all of these, you'll find the new amounts. And these new amounts that you find here are going to be used in these problems here. So when you're looking at these problems here, look at the new price here that we're dealing with. So Marco purchases a jumbo hot dog and a bottle of water. So a jumbo hot dog would be the price here, and the bottle of water would be the price here, the new price, once you round up. Okay. Gus adds a 7% sales tax. So again, 7% of the total price that he paid for the hot dog and the bottle of water. Which of the following shows how much Gus should charge Marco? So which of these is the correct way to figure out how much to charge Marco for his extra jumbo hot dog and his bottle of water? So number 3, Gus calculates his sales from week to week. Last week he made $1,800. That is a crazy amount selling hot dogs. This week's sales were 15% greater. What were Gus's sales for this week? All right, so this is a little trickier because we're going to look at what he made last week, $1,800, and this week's were 15% greater. 15% of 1,800, or 0.15, and we take this off. So we multiply 1,800 times 0.15, and we find out that he made $270 more than he did the week before when he made $1,800. And what's the question say? What were Gus's sales for this week? Was it $270? No, it wasn't. That's how much more he made this week than he made last week. So to find out how much he made total this week, what are you going to do? You're going to take the $1,800 that he made plus the extra he made this week. Because it said he made 15% more. That means he made $1,800 plus an additional 15%, or $270. So that's the way you do number 3. All right, let's go ahead and do exercise 4, and then we'll be done with this video. So Rosalind has a job interview. Let's see what we got here. She reads a Paradise Hotel brochure to prepare for the interview to find out a little bit more about the hotel. She decides to apply her math skills to figure out how many rooms have kitchens. So what's the first thing Rosalind needs to do, or Rosalind, to find out, or needs to find out to solve her problem? Does she need to know the number of rooms in the hotel, the number of suites in the hotel, the number of rooms and suites, or the total number of rooms and kitchens? Okay, so there's just some common sense things that you need to answer. All right, number 2, just write a problem Rosalind uses to find her answer. Number 3, what is Rosalind's answer? And number 4, well, first of all, we're going to be using this right here in order to come up with our answer. So we've got 150 rooms, and it says that 20% are suites, and 50% of the suites have kitchens. So we're going to need to find out how many of the rooms are suites. Well, 20% of 150 rooms total. And once we get that number, we need to take 50% of it, because that is how many suites have kitchens. So that'll help you on number 2. And then you've got just some questions that they ask, continue to ask on that I'll let you look through. So that's it for exercise 1, 2, 3, and 4 in lesson 8.